groups of 2. So we're going to do exercises 1 and 2 and then go back and repeat 1 and 2 and move on to the second pair. So 5 pairs of exercises. I'm going to do a very short warm-up, very short stretching at the end. So I encourage you to do a little more of each on your own if possible, if you haven't already done more. And I'm sorry my counting is pathetic. I cannot talk and count. My intention was to do 16 reps. We'll see how close we come. Okay. Okay, we're going to get started. We're going to just do a little bit of a warm-up, just a few minutes. So if you haven't done a lot of warming up yet, might be good to go check out a 10-minute warm-up video or just, do some walking and moving. But we're going to just do a little short warm-up here to get our joints and muscles that we're going to be using in this workout. Again, we're going to do 5 different groups of 2 exercises each, repeating each one, and we'll do about 16 reps of each exercise. So we're going to be using our legs and we're warming those up. Now we're going to just lift our leg, give it a nice hug, lift the other one, give it a hug, back and forth, get that knee moving. All right, and we're going to do some kickbacks, so just kicking your heel up to your butt, getting those hamstrings warmed up. Okay, and we're going to just do some side to side stepping, getting the inside and outside of our leg warmed up. Circle your shoulders and circle forward. Okay, so big swimmer arms out to the side, front, side, front. Okay, you should feel your breathing starting to increase a bit, getting the heart rate up slowly. So that's an important part of warming up right before you exercise, getting the blood to all your muscles and the rest of your body so they can deliver the oxygen that feeds your muscles and helps them work hard. All right, okay. And of course we need other nutrients too, not just the oxygen, but we're getting oxygen into our body. Oxygen helps burn calories and burn fat. The more oxygen we use up in an exercise, the more calories we burn. So the harder you work, that's kind of obvious, the more energy you burn off. All right, so we can do some shoulder, big circles of the shoulders and the arms. We're going to be working our arms today. And circling forward. Okay, now we're swimming. All right, now just a little twist. You don't have to actually touch your elbow to the knee. Just get a little rotation in the back. Arms up. If you can lift your knee high enough to touch, that's fine, but we want a nice tall torso. I'm not bending over. I'm not wanting to hunch down and try and get my elbow to my knee. Keeping the body nice and tall and strong. Getting mentally prepared to work out this today. Okay, and just some little heel taps in front, bringing those arms up. All right, we're almost done our warm-up and we're going to start our first 2 exercises. So we're going to start off with a side lunge and a squat. So the first time I go through the lunge, I'm just going to do a stationary lunge. The second time I'm going to do moving side-stepping lunge. So you can choose which one you want to do. All right, are we ready? We're going to start our first 2 exercises. So the lunge, feet wide apart, pretty much as wide as you can get. Your toes are almost facing straight ahead, slight angle out. And we're just going to go side to side. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. So hips are going back. That's 4. So that your knees can stay over your feet. And we're on to 6. And 7. And 8. You feel a nice stretch on the inner thigh. 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, trying to keep your body nice and tall. You can even keep your hands up to the side. This must be 16, if not more. Okay, good. Now we're going to go into a squat, and I'm going to add a weight. You can do it with or without your weight. Weight held in front of your chest. Legs just a little more than hip width apart. Again, feet pretty much facing forward or slightly outward. And going down, hips back, keeping your knees over your feet. And down, trying to sink down so that you can get your butt level or almost level with your knees. Even if you just go halfway, that's fine. Keeping your balance kind of at the between the balls of your feet and your heel. Pressing up through the heel. Okay, I'm trying to count with my fingers. I'm on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, I'll probably go back through this and discover I didn't count very well. All right, stepping lunge. So now we're going to take a step to the side, sink it down, push back. Step to the other side, sink it down, push back. That's one set. Again, 2. Trying to keep your shoulders and head forward. And so this is a little harder. We're balancing more as we're moving. I think this is 6. On to 7. Okay. We step wide, push off. So we're using more of the leg muscle. Pushing off, and as we move, we're using all our balancing muscles in our leg as we're moving on one leg. Okay, I'm at 10, probably more. I'm not shorting you out, that's for sure. So I think we're into 12. Sinking down. Again, as low as is comfortable. You'll feel this pulling across the knee, and you can just stop where that happens. Or you can stick to the stationary lunges. Okay, I think we're beyond 16. All right, we're going to go into our squats again. All right, pick up a weight if you have it. And let's go down. 2. I'll stand sideways. Remind you to keep your body as upright as possible. Actually, the angle of your back should pretty much match the angle of your lower leg. How am I doing? Okay, and just going as low as is comfortable. You don't have to rush. If you're feeling a little unsteady, just slow it down. And pushing up. Are we on 12 or 13? 14 maybe? We're almost done here. Okay, pretty sure we've surpassed the 16. We'll put that down, take a little bit of a break, and we're going to switch over to doing alternating bicep, tricep, and then inner and outer thigh. So that actually gives us 4 exercises together, but small muscle groups. So for bicep, I'm going to take some moderate sized weights right now. Okay, are we ready? You can do this standing or sitting. So standing, I'm just going to do both arms together. And again, we'll do 16, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can do this sitting. If you're standing, you want to protect your lower back. Total totally lost count. I think it's 10. Keeping a soft knee bent so that your lower back isn't arching too much. The heavier your weight, the harder it will be to maintain that lower back strength. Okay, so we don't need to have a certain number of counts. Sometimes I just go with minutes as well, like 45 minutes and then 15-minute rest. So let's do tricep with one heavier weight or two very light ones. We're going to stand doing the overhead. So again, I'm going to keep my back as flat as I can there by bending my knees slightly. And we can do this sitting. I'll show you on the bench here in a minute. This is 2, 3, 4, lifting straight up, working the tricep. So if I was sitting, I would be just doing it here. So having the sitting position is a little easier to maintain strength in the lower back. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see me over there. Bent knees, kind of tucking your tailbone under here. Standing provides more core strength. You're working your core just to be holding yourself up. And of course, as you tuck your tailbone under, we're actually tightening our tummy in the front. So you can think of it that way too. All right, going back to the bicep curls, I'll just do them with these. Okay, ready? We're not taking much time between these. We've got, I didn't actually realize I put 4 together in this group. Thinking it was like 2 because they're a set. Let's say 5, 6, 7, and actually the slower you move, the harder you're working your muscles. So don't think that you have to go fast. Moving quickly increases our heart rate a little bit, but I don't want you to shift into swinging your arms around and lifting the weights with kind of the momentum. I want it to feel like you're lifting under control. All right? Okay. So there's some, and I'm tucking my elbows into my sides a little more to help control the muscle. Got a little heavier weight than I did on my first round. All right, so biceps, you can use a heavier weight than tricep. Your tricep muscles are smaller. So I'm just using one between both arms. Again, lift up, tuck your tailbone under, tighten your tummy, knees slightly bent. And if you're standing, lift. If you're sitting, that sitting position is going to help take care of the lower back position all by itself. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alrighty, so we alternated between those two. We're going to take a little break and move into the inner outer thigh. So since I added those, I feel like I am needing to move my mat back, right? That would help. Okay, so we'll do outer thigh first. And just with your bottom leg bent, you can prop yourself up on your elbow or lay right down. Now your top leg, your toe is kind of pointing down, not up. So you want to think about lifting by lifting with your heel leading. Okay, so the heel leading means the side of your leg is doing the work. You want to feel it on the outer thigh, up towards your hip. Okay, you can either point your toe right down, but make sure your heel leads. If your toe is leading, then you're actually turning your leg and your quads are doing the work. And that's not what we want to work on right now. We did quads when we did our squats. All right, so we're going to switch over to the inner thigh. All right, so now you can either have this leg behind or in front. Extend the bottom leg off the floor. I like to have the other leg in front so that I stay in the right position to be lifting the inner thigh muscle, and it prevents me from rolling back and then lifting with my quadricep. Again, thinking about lifting with the heel leading, little lifts up, really working that inner thigh muscle. And I'm pretending to count. I'll go through and see how close I was. But anyway, I'll count my second round. Alrighty, there we go. Okay, so now let's do the other side. Rolling over this way. And this will be our second set. Okay, front, top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heel lifting. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, front foot coming, or that leg coming to the front. Now lifting the bottom leg with your heel leading again. Up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Yay! All right, we've done those. Taking a little break, give our legs a bit of a rest. We're going to move on to a donkey, and we're going to get on all fours with a bent leg. Instead of kicking up, we're going to use that bent leg and just press the heel up. So you bring your leg down, trying to keep your back nice and strong, not arching the lower back too much as you lift. So we're just going to press the heel to the ceiling and bring it in. Press to the ceiling and bring it in. There we go. So we're working our glutes and a little bit of the hamstring here. Press. So we're going to do all of our repetitions on one side. And we will do thinking we're going to do 16, but maybe we should do more like 10. Okay. Got 6 more in you? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 6. Good job. Okay. You can sit back to give that a bit of a stretch. And we'll go to the other side. 1 and in. I should probably turn 2, bring it in. 3, bring it in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. All right, I actually think we did more on the other side. We're going to roll over now and do reverse curl-ups. And the first time through, we're just going to keep our upper body and lower back pressed into the floor. And with our knees bent, we're just going to curl those legs forward. So you can touch your feet down to the floor or just keep them above the floor. Touching down to the floor makes you control your abs a little more as your legs go down. So whatever you're comfortable with. Try not to use momentum to bring your legs up. Just curl by tightening your abs, bringing your knees toward your chest. Knees stay bent. And let's try 5 more. 5, 4, touch down. 3, touch. 4, 2, and this is the last one. Okay, good job. So when we do our abs, let's just do a little stretch. Long stretch like that. All right, so we're going to do another set of those 2 exercises. But we'll do 8 donkey kicks on each leg. Ready? Okay, so bent knee, press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other leg now for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, so this time for the reverse curl, I'm going to add a ball, which if you have one, you can use it. And all I'm going to do is keep it between my knees, kind of between my legs. So now my inner thighs are working the whole time. And we're going to do the same thing. And down. 2. So my abs are working the same way, depending on the weight of your ball. It could add more of a challenge to the ab work. But holding the ball there is now engaging my inner thighs the whole time. 6, 7, 8. How many can we do here? 9, 10. Remember not to throw your legs over. Squeeze your abdominals. Bring those knees towards your chest. I think we're on 14. We have 2 more. 15, 16. Good job. All right. Okay, moving on. We are going to stand up with weights and do side bends. So you can actually use fairly heavy ones if you have an option. So working our oblique abdominals now. We're just going to bend to the side, sliding our hand down our leg, keeping our arm very close. So that's 1 and 2. Nice and slow. Feet just hip width apart. 4, 5. You really need weights to make this movement effective because you're using your side abdominal muscles to lift that weighted arm. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, you can have your knees slightly bent, 14, you want to be standing nice and tall, 15, okay, one more, there we go, good. So then the second exercise to this set is for our back, and we're going to do a dumbbell fly. I'm going to pick up some lighter weights. Our back is not as strong, so I'm going to do this bending over. You can do this sitting on a bench. Yeah, you can see me here. So I would be sitting down on a bench. I would be leaning over, and what we're doing is keeping our arms bent, kind of like the wings of a bird, and bringing those weights out to the side. So doing it this way so you can see me better. Bending over, so it's a hip hinge. Hips go back. Nice flat, strong back. Knees slightly bent. Arms bent, and bringing it out to the side. So a nice light weight. This is working your back of the shoulder as well as your back muscles, your upper back muscles. Keeping your head relaxed, looking down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 2 more, 15, 16. All right, so we're going to go back to the side bend, and then we are done. We'll have done 10 exercises. All right, here we go, side to side. Here's 1 and 2. Dropping as far down as you can, just sliding your hand down close to your leg. Knees slightly bent, just to keep your lower back strong. Are we on 4? 5, I do believe. And 6. Trying to keep it coming right down your side, not forward. Okay, you don't want to be leaning forward. We're on 8, 9, 10. Do as many as you can. 12. You can take a break anytime you need to. I could have said that sooner. Have a drink of water when you need to. Of course, you know that, right? Okay, a couple more. Last one here. All right, now we're going to pick up the lighter weights again. I'm actually going to pick up my lightest weights as we are coming to an end and wearing ourselves out. Okay, so again, hip hinge, nice flat back, knees slightly bent, elbows bent like you're flying. I'll come this way and then out to the side. All right, relax your neck, looking down at the floor. 3, 4, lifting those wings. Make sure your elbows are bent. They can even be bent to 90-degree angle. The more they're bent, the easier it will be because the weight is closer to your body. The more you extend your arm, the harder it will be, but it will be harder on your shoulder joint. So you don't want a fully extended arm. And you want to use a lighter weight to protect those shoulder muscles if they're not too strong yet. They will be after doing some of this work. Okay. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're counting down to the end here. 3, 2, and last one. Yay, we did it. Okay, let's do a little bit of a stretch out. Just take one arm across the front. The longer you can hold your stretches, the better. We'll just do some short stretches right now, and hopefully you'll come back later in the day or this evening before you go to bed and do a nice set of stretches to end off your day. Okay, this is stretching the upper arm and the shoulder. And we did our tricep, so we're gonna take our arm up, drop it behind our back, stretching that tricep muscle, and you can give it a little bit of a push to get more of a stretch in the tricep. All right, and we'll do the other side, the same thing. So I like to reach up to the ceiling, drop my hand down to the middle of my back, and then give it a little bit of a push to get more stretch in that tricep muscle. All right, so we worked our biceps as well. We're going to do a stretch behind our back for the front shoulder, and we'll have to get the bicep as well. So just grabbing your hands behind your back, lifting them out, stretching across the chest, the front of the shoulder. I'll show you a good stretch for the bicep on the wall. Okay, so if you can come stand up against a wall, you can take your arm behind you, put your hand on the wall, stand nice and close, and then just turn your body away from the wall, and you'll feel that stretch down the upper arm. Feels nice, and because the wall is holding your arm, it's kind of like a passive stretch. Okay, so this side. There we go. That's a good one for the biceps, so enjoy it. Feels good. Okay, so for our legs, so like the lunge, we did our inner and outer thigh. We're going to take our legs wide, and we're just going to sink our hips back, leaning toward the one leg until we feel a nice stretch. I'm going to have to step this leg out a little more. Stretching into it. Now I'm going to give you another stretch for this too, stretching this way, that is a little more relaxing, easier on the knee. So let's sit right down. We'll do, it's called a butterfly stretch. Bring your feet together in front if you can. Push your hips forward as much as you can. I'm going to hold on to my toes and just letting my legs relax. Knees relaxing out. I feel a nice stretch on the Okay, we're going to stretch the outside of the leg, bringing one leg extended in front, the other one across, turning our back, give a nice rotation in the back, and pushing against that knee to stretch the outer hip. And do the other side. Feels nice on the lower back. And a nice one for the glutes, rolling on your back. You're going to bend both legs, but cross one over the other and press it up. And you get a nice stretch in the glutes of the leg that's bent. Now you can extend this leg and do a nice ankle circle at the same time. I am rushing through these a little bit. I would love it if you would spend more time with your stretches. Okay, other side, bringing it up, getting a good stretch through here. When you feel a good stretch, then you can do the other leg, circle the ankle. Okay, those are just a quick set of stretches to finish off, and I hope that you had a good workout today and are ready for your next one. Thanks for joining me.